Welcome to our friends. We bring peace to all those on the earth plane. We have come from afar, and yet we can be as close to you as your own thoughts. Our kind is connected to the pulse of humankind. Our spiritual development has allowed us to see beyond the consequences of your kind's actions. We have travelled the same road as yourselves when we were disconnected from our divine nature and the higher intelligence. This divinity within that we talk about is part of you that surfaces when you extend a helping hand to a stranger in their hour of need, or the character that you show when a crisis around you has occurred, or the cooperation that comes about when a natural disaster has suddenly devastated whole communities and you all pull together and send aid, no matter what religion or colour of skin are the recipients. You have all seen a side of yourselves that is generous and compassionate, and you all want to hold on to these divine characteristics. And some of you ask, why can't we all get along with each other? These cries we have heard more often in the last 10 years. There are more of you on every continent that are wishing for greater harmony, not just in nations, but also in your families. We see ourselves and yourselves as part of a global universal family, and we do not care that your body shape is not like ours, for we have said before, we have gone beyond our external differences, being the most important aspect of a connection with others. We see the light inside of you as being the most important part of yourselves, whereas you all focus on an external world that consists of your body shape, colour of skin, your social background, or level of education, and we mustn't forget how your currency has also been worshipped too. Our currency is based on what service we can provide for each other in order that all of us live harmoniously and comfortably, evolving into spiritual beings. There is no competition between ourselves, for we know that if we let one of us suffer, say they experience a form of poverty, then all of us as a whole also experience this. We cannot escape from letting one of our brothers or sisters not evolve equally with the rest, because we have seen and lived this life of denial and delusion before on our planet. The current paradigm of the earth plane centers around the denial that you are spiritual beings, which then causes you to search in the physical world for truth. The delusion comes from believing that if you accumulate physical possessions, that you are finding some truth and meaning in your lives. Let's face it, the untouchable man of India who cleans the toilets of his community is trapped by the same delusion as the man who has millions in his bank account. However, one of them has a greater sense of service to the whole than the other. Why then does it seem that your divinity can be expressed in greater ways when you are not encumbered with physical possessions? Your Eastern traditions have continued to teach that the more you become detached from the physical world, the more spiritual wealth you can accumulate. There is still a great divide, not only between your Eastern and Western values. That is on a larger scale, but we are more interested in the divide within your own beings, which continues to create the fear preventing your kind from becoming highly evolved beings. As we have said before, the expressions of divinity that come here and there, either in your own lives or on a national level, are a testimony to the memory that you have that you can create peace on earth. As the heavens above, the heavens below, is a statement that is unconsciously present when you see good things on your planet. Your kind has to start somewhere to create the world that you all want, for you wouldn't be hearing these words if you didn't think somewhere in your unconscious there has to be another way. You must begin within yourself to create the paradise that you want to see externally in your world. The kingdom of heaven is within each of you and is within reach. It begins with a thought: I am a child, part of a divine family, connected to the whole with unconditional love for all things. Can you imagine if you used this thought in your Security Council meetings of the United Nations when they are ready to vote on another course of violence and destruction? There will come a time when world leaders are told that they are no longer required by the masses. They have become out of touch with the movements of people like yourselves who are saying that there is another way, and we know it to be true, for the answers have come in our hearts and minds. We can no longer deny our destiny. We will rejoice, for that will be when our mission will be accomplished here on this planet Earth. We still have a road ahead, but this time of peace and prosperity for all is coming soon. That is all.